Oftentimes, parents try to keep everything out of view of their children. But we often find out later that oftentimes the decisions that we make in our life will turn around and affect our children. You know what? There's absolutely nothing that we can do about what we have done. Not a thing that we can do about what we have done. But tonight I want you to know that we have a choice tonight in what we do for the future. We have a choice tonight on what we can do for the future of our children and our grandchildren. We may not be able to do nothing about what was in the past. How many times have children got into places that they shouldn't have been? Looking around in the house, children are children, they're going to be curious, and found stuff that they shouldn't have found with mom and daddy. This kind of stuff affects our children for the rest of their life. It affects them for the rest of their life. What have we done? We've sacrificed our children for the little bit of pleasure that we thought we'd get for the moment. We sacrificed our children for the little bit of pleasure that we thought we could have for just a moment. All because we made a trip to the Valley of Hennom. We made a trip to the Valley of Hennom. The things that can affect our children can oftentimes be just our self-will. I pray God every day, God, help me with anger. There's situations, Brother Randy faced some here not too long ago. He said, Brother Jerry, pray for me. I want to act right. You know, our actions is so important because they can affect our children. And through our actions, we can take and visit the Valley of Hennom. There are so many things tonight that can affect our children and new converts that come to church. It's so easy for us to take and make a trip back to the Valley of Hennom. Sometimes it's easy for us to go to Guyana. And put our children and other people through that terrible process of Hennom. It's my desire tonight I want to do the best that I can. I know sometimes we stumble and we fall short. But the life that we live is so critical. It's so important that we too don't begin to frequent the Valley of Hennom. See, when you've got the love of God within your life, the most important thing is God. don't let me offend a little one. Whether it be a young child or a new convert. Lord, help me, Lord, to have the strength to make the right choices. Parenting sometimes is one of probably the toughest things that you'll ever do, is to be a parent. The little things don't come with instruction books. When that first one is born, many of you tonight remember the feeling of being totally overwhelmed when that first one was born. Because now you're responsible for raising that child right. And the obligation oftentimes is just overwhelming. Just overwhelming. Why? Because there's no instruction book that you can get out. The only instruction books you can get tell you to beat them, clean them. Beat them and clean them. After that, the ideas of how you do it goes wild. Sometimes when they get up into the teen years, then you think now's the time to take them to the Valley of Hennom. But all the terrible things when we've already taken them there in their earlier years, and that's the reason why they're that way. Amen. The Valley of Hennom. The Valley of Hennom.